Poo-poo.
Oh, I hope chat heard you say that, you filthy-mouthed fiend. Serve you right as I fix my green screen. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Delve Requisite. This week, as you can see, we are pirating. We're high seas adventurers this week with the crew of the Grimm's Folly. It's been roughly 1,477 years since we've played pirates, so if you, much like the players, need a recap on what the heck is going on, I will give that to you in just a moment, after we hear from our sponsors. This week, as with every week, Proficiency Bonus and Delve Requisite are brought to you by Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. You can type !Little Dragon or !CCG into chat at any point during tonight's stream to get a link to both of those websites. Hey, Hype Train! Thank you for the Hype Train, whoever started the Hype Train. Anyway, you can type !Little Dragon Corp, !Little Dragon or !CCG into chat to receive links to those websites. Cardboard Castle, a brick-and-mortar tabletop gaming store located here in the United States. 100% of our Hype Train has been reached in Georgia. You can check them out online. You can check them out in person if you live in Georgia. But they have...
If you want to drive a really far distance.
Yeah. Or if you live overseas and you're a very good swimmer. We're not going to tell you how to live your life. But they have all sorts of tabletop RPG stuff and trading card games and all other manner of wonderful nerdy things that you can check out. And they have a great online store. You can purchase things online from them. And of course, Little Dragon Corp, a Canadian-based dice company that has been a long-time supporter of Proficiency Bonus and is going to be featured on tonight's episode of Delve Requisite. Our very own Scylla the Druid. Victoria gave me these dice as a birthday present. They are green, and they're very cool. And I have decided that I am using these dice exclusively for rolls against Scylla. So whenever an enemy attacks Scylla, whenever there's a roll involving Scylla, I will be using the dice that Victoria gave me, just so that forever and for always, any bad stuff that happens to her, she did to herself, because it will be done with her dice.
Well, seeing as your actual birthday is tomorrow, any crits don't count until tomorrow.
Okay. We will... Boy, wouldn't that be suspenseful if we said no critical damage is confirmed until tomorrow, and then we just had to count it up over tonight.
So we just sent out a tweet with a thumbs up or a thumbs down tomorrow.
Yeah, it's well, things went okay last night, but the backlogged critical damage, Scylla did take 73 points of damage when it rolled over to midnight. But anyway, let's let's hit that recap. Hello, Too Lazy to Play Myself. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's hit that recap. Too Lazy to Play Myself is just in time to hear it. The group is visiting the island nation of Naporia. Naporia being the birthplace and the homeland of party member Nymue. The reason that they are here originally was because during their adventures they came across some information that indicated that someone, an individual or a group of individuals within the Ignean Empire seems to be interested in Naporians, Kalashtar, and specifically individuals known as Lunar Warriors, the highly trained psionic mercenaries of Naporia. Has some vested interest in them for some unknown reason, but given the fact that the information that they discovered indicated that those individuals were to be brought to slave markets in the Ignean Empire, the assumption is that the intentions cannot possibly be good. So the group, after acquiring their very own ship, made their first official journey here to Naporia to bring news of this potential trouble to the leadership of Naporia. The group has arrived during something of a festival the young men and women on the cusp of adulthood of Naporia are undergoing something of a trial or ritual in which they have been training and preparing, and they are making a journey out to a shrine on a small island. It's labeled. It's labeled. I don't know why I'm pointing. Like, I can't even get my arm anywhere near where anybody can see me pointing. But it's labeled number 8 on the map there, right in the middle of that sort of crescent moon-shaped island that is Naporia. The Shrine of Harmony located there is a shrine celebrating the union of mind, body, and spirit that is very important to the Kalashtar people, and is in some cases quite literal, as the binding of some sort of a spirit is quite literal in the case of certain Kalashtar. So a festival is in full swing here, games to be played, food and drink, and merriment to be had. While the party did take part in some of that, they have had some official business dealings. They met with the leadership of the island, where they overheard, or rather Scylla spied on, a meeting between an Ignean dignitary and the leadership of Naporia, overhearing that apparently the Ignean Empire has some sort of an interest in contracting Naporia's lunar warriors exclusively, and the Naporian leadership seems to be having none of this. The Ignean dignitary they saw swept out of the hall before they were admitted to speak to the elders, and later they saw the ship, the the Imperial Bob, as chat named it for us last week. The Imperial Bob swept out of the bay. Rowan had a bit of a conversation with one of Nymue's brothers, and the apprentice to the island's master armor and weaponsmith, about acquiring some Naporian-made armor and weapons, potentially. Though the discussion was left that Nymue's brother would maybe try and wheedle away at the master armor's resolve, as he had little to no interest in providing arms and armaments for an outsider. But we left things off as the party watched from the shore as the Imperial Bob Ross, very famous elven craftsman, lived for hundreds and hundreds of years. But the party watched from the shore as the individuals, the young men and women of Naporia who were traveling out to the Shrine of Harmony to conduct their rite of passage, crafted their own small little rafts and sailed out into the harbor, out to this island. But not long after they arrived there, sailing around the edge of Naporia's northern arm, returned the Imperial Bob Ross and sailed full speed to the island containing the Shrine of Harmony and opened fire with its cannons. So, we'll pick up now. The group of you are on the shore. It is, I believe we had established it's like sort of dusk-ish. And you are arrayed here. Your ship is probably a solid 10-minute like full run from where you are. Not to mention it is fully moored and docked. It will take you at least 30 minutes, if not more, to get your vessel like moving and heading out to this island. by which time you assume you will be far too late to intervene on behalf of the young Naporians there. So you're on the docks, or sort of on the shoreline right now. Other Naporians are kind of gathered around. There's these sort of cries of alarm and distress are going up throughout the area. The harbor is filled with floating paper lanterns, casting everything with this sort of reddish crimson glow. And the backsplash of the setting sun is playing off of the rising cannon smoke that comes up off of the far side of the island from the Imperial Bob Ross. What do you guys do?
I look at Scylla.
I was muted. I almost started talking. Shit. Yeah, I look at.
Do you have a way to get us with animals, or can you turn to something to get us over?
Okay, so I have some DM questions.
Sure.
So, enhance ability. If someone were to be like swimming, do I know like if that would be like more of a constitution check or like a strength check? Because like there's bear's endurance, and to be able to swim like really fast, like I don't know if that would be strength or con or something else.
To swim would be like an athletics check, so a strength-based skill check probably.
Okay, so sorry, let me just check. I'm just checking my abilities. I just got a lot of stuff. Okay. So, Scylla will turn to Nymue, and wait, I have a weird. Nope, that's concentration. Never mind. I can make one of you slightly better at swimming, and I can carry another, but the rest would be on their own. I can also make someone jump thrice as far as they normally would. And I can do
I
all
might
of
have
that.
something for the rest of us. Like,
Could
hold
you
up
give-
my trident. I'm like, "Ah!" I'm going to attempt to summon three creatures large enough to ride.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The
Yes,
trident has
this-
3 charges.
I really hope this
This
works.
must
what I
happen,
want.
Murderbeard.
Alright.
This must happen. Scylla, what can you turn into?
Well, that's another thing that I would have to double check. DM. Technically, a giant octopus has a higher strength than a reef shark. Can a giant octopus carry somebody, or would it have to be a reef shark because they have a more like rigid, grabbable body?
What if the giant octopus was made even more giant? Would you be able to carry more of us?
Oh my god.
I have 8 tentacles. I have 8 tentacles. So I don't know.
They are very
Because
strong.
I can make
creatures.
you a giant octopus if you wish.
Technically, the tentacle like attack, you can only grapple like one creature at a time. If it were like the attack, I don't know. I was literally thinking about this today. I don't know if I can do giant octopus and carry people because they're so squishy and have no bones.
I think
I
I
love
don't
this
see
dilemma.
I don't see why a giant octopus couldn't wrap somebody up in one of its tentacles and still swim. You probably can't, like, you're not going to be able to like tentacle up the whole group because you need to like
Right.
you would need to use your cephalopod body to like swish your tentacles to swim. But I think you could carry somebody as a giant octopus. I don't think that's unreasonable.
I can carry Thyxes. Nymue and Murderbeard, I feel like you're the strongest swimmers here. And Rowan, I can make you stronger at swimming.
I'm waiting to see if the trident does anything before.
If I would like the jump because I am not strong.
Yeah,
I am not a
so-
strong warrior. I'm a
it has a
warrior.
dominate
Shit, you're right.
beast. It has a 3 charge of dominate beast with a spell save of DC 15.
Okay.
This is where
Before we resolve
This is where it
this
gets
trident of
weird.
fish command, what's Scylla doing here? Scylla's
Okay.
giant octopus and grabbing Thyxes?
So this is like multiple things all in a row. So let me just go like one by one because it's in order
me with
of
it.
like. All right. So first, I'm casting enhance ability. I take out like some powder from the horn of a bull, and I rub it in my hands and I drag them across Nimue's biceps, and she like feels super jacked. So Nymue gets advantage on strength checks, and her carrying capacity doubles in case that's important. Next, I cast jump on her, which is not concentration, the other one is. So now her jump distance is tripled. And then I turn into a giant octopus, I grab Thyxes, and I go in the water.
Just for fun, let's just do a fun exercise right now. Hey, Nymue, with your psionic leap ability, what's your max jump distance that you can jump? And then let's see what that is multiplied by 3, because I'm interested to see if Nymue can straight up jump to the island from here.
That's what I want to know. Okay.
Yeah, so I jump just straight up triples it, because I know sometimes other abilities you have to like run, but this one just straight up triples your jump
What
distance.
is your figure out what your running long jump is maximized by your
I have to
psionic
roll
leap?
for it. I have to roll to give you like an average. Hang on, where's my piece?
If she rolls a nat 20, I'm leaving.
Matt, before Thyxes is grabbed, he would like to cast Mage Armor on himself.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, so like
I will.
after that, she does the thing with the horn. She takes a little grasshopper leg and like scratches Nimue's cheek with it, and then like pulls like the water up from the side of the little thing, and it swirls around her, and then she comes out as like a giant like orangey teal octopus and waits for Thyxes to be like good, and then we'll grab him and go.
I can
God.
extend the distance 14 feet with my psi-powered leap based off whatever the leap
Okay,
is.
and for a running long jump in D&D.
You cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Right, so what is
Oh,
your
well-
strength score?
-1.
No,
I'm
like
a
your
dex
not your
You're just
modifier, your score.
What's your
Oh.
number?
8.
So 18. No, it's 8 feet.
8 feet plus, what did you just say? 14 you could ascend by?
14.
So you can jump
14.
22 feet with your psionic, tripled, you could
Plus-
jump 66 feet, which is not enough to get you out to the island, unfortunately.
Damn, but it's still pretty good.
It's pretty far.
That's pretty hard.
Okay, so Scylla whips out a bunch of spell components, casts these rapid fire casting spells. She like salt bays the spell components onto Nymue, beefing up your musculature and your ability to leap before turning into an octopus just on the shoreline here, and one tentacle like lashes out just as Thyxes like finishes his spell, and this shimmering mage armor appears over him as the tentacle wraps around your midsection. It's sort of like you get like pulled close into the body of this octopus as Scylla like jets off into the water and begins making her way out. Meanwhile, Murderbeard has waded like knee deep into the ocean and has taken the trident of fish command and like spiked it into the water. And as he does, there is this like ripple goes out through the bay, and for a few seconds nothing happens, and then you see, coming from maybe the middle of the bay, you see a ripple appears in the water. And it turns into this sort of like protrusion as something cruises towards the shore. It is joined a moment later by a second disturbance in the water, followed by a third. And swimming up into the shallows are 3 sea creatures. One of them is a roughly 10-11 foot long, massive, like aquamarine blue fish with a huge dorsal crest and a long narrow, like nose cone, a swordfish, comes swimming up. The second thing that comes up, it looks like... At first, it almost looks like a mattress is coming up out of the water. But then it resolves into a much more rounded shape in this, like, huge, flat, pale white fish comes, like, blorping to the surface. An enormous sunfish comes skimming its way up. And the third thing that approaches is a medium to large-sized stingray. Roughly, probably a wingspan on the stingray of maybe like 5-6 feet. So fairly large for a stingray, but probably like more suited for like Murderbeard size travel, as opposed to towing like Rowan or Nymue. But these three sea creatures come swimming up, and they kind of like just sort of mill about in the shallows here.
I'm gonna take that jump while the spell lasts. I'm just yeeting myself into the water.
Are you yeeting yourself to one of these sea creatures, or just like as far out as you can go?
As far as I can go. If they can catch up to me, great. If not, I'm just going.
Alright, so Murderbeard, you have control of these three sea creatures. Nymue, like, backs up 5 steps, and then, like, runs, and as she gets to the shoreline, she just, like, Olympic long jumps, like, arms swinging, sailing, like, a full, almost 70 feet out into the bay before, like, splashing. You have 3 sea creatures here at your command. Scylla and Thyxes are already on their way. Nymue has leapt out. You and Rowan are still on the shore.
I will take out a bit of rope from my pack, and I will attach it to the stingray so I can ride it like a jet ski.
Sure.
So good.
Oh God. Which one looks like it's more likely to carry my weight quickly?
Probably the swordfish.
Swordfish.
I will grab the swordfish.
Okay.
And we'll let the sunfish follow us, I guess.
Okay. So, what I need at this point from everybody is you're out in the water. Go ahead and make me an athletics check to swim.
Nymue, I believe you get advantage because you have bull's strength or whatever.
Since I'm being pulled, am I exempt?
No,
from this?
you're exempt, and those of you,
Okay.
those of you on the sea creatures, add a +2 to your rolls.
Since I am carrying somebody, am I disadvantaged?
I think you're okay because you are you're considered a large creature, right?
Yes.
So you should be okay to like swim with him.
Okay.
I have a 20, not natural.
Okay.
I have a
7.
19 total.
17 minus 1, 16.
Okay.
18.
All right. So the group of you like set out into this harbor. Murderbeard is like he's got like the reins of this like rope. He's riding atop this stingray, which is like fluxing its aquatic wings, and smoothly transitioning through the water. Rowan, you're just like basically grabbed onto the dorsal spine of this swordfish as it goes, and you have to quickly like hold your breath as it goes underwater and quickly like jets and then comes back up in this like leaping, arcing motion. Steely, you just begin to like power, maybe breaststroke, maybe who knows, whatever you're feeling. You're just like powering through. The sunfish for its part is sort of like trailing behind everybody, trying to catch up.
As Thyxes is pressed up against Scylla being pulled, I imagine he would probably just be mumbling to himself, when I woke up this morning, this is not This wasn't anywhere on my radar. This isn't. This is how I expected this day to go. And I'm gonna cast shape water every time a large splash of water comes near me. I'm gonna try to just shape it away from me.
Okay.
One of my tentacles is definitely like partially wrapped around your face, and you are gonna have suction cut marks on it when I drop you.
Suction cup pops off your face. Okay. So with those rolls, I believe that Nymue, you're gonna be in the lead at this point, as you got a 60-foot head start on everybody by leaping. Scylla, since you started a little bit before the other two,
but I have a
you would
60-foot swim speed.
And you have a 60-foot swim speed. You're next in line, and then Macbeth and Rowan, you guys are sort of like bring up the rear, with Macbeth a little bit out ahead. So go ahead and make everybody make one more athletics check for me.
Natural 20 for a 25.
21.
18.
Well, I had a natural one, but because it's advantage, that's a 9 minus 1, so that's an 8.
So the group of you guys close the distance mostly on Nymue, and so you're actually, even though she got that like huge leap of a head start, the group of you come like cruising in on these sea creatures, and all of you sort of reach the shore relatively at the same time. So if you guys want to jump into Tabletop Simulator now, you can. I have it set up and ready for you. And over on Twitch, we will disappear Naporia, disappear the island map, and we will bring ourselves over to...
Were we aiming for the opposing shore, or are we aiming for the enemy ship?
What are you aiming for? The enemy ship is on the far side of the island from like where you guys are coming from.
Scylla would probably go to the island because she would assume that's where Nymue would go, because Nymue's first concern would be getting the kids off of the island, but that's just like Scylla's thought process.
My only thought is if we're on the island, we're also then just in the way of cannon fire.
Well, then we can keep swimming after.
The island's not that large, so as you get like up to the island, you can kind of assess, like, there do appear to be like there's like a shore party. Some dudes have come off of the island and are currently like menacing the young men and women here.
Yeah, I'm immediately looking for injured to get them out of harm's way.
Okay. Got everybody in here? That's Kristy, that's Victoria, that's Michael. We're just missing Russell. Russell, do you need me to share screen?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can I do that without... Somebody else might actually have to share.
I can just watch the stream.
Okay. I don't know if I can share without messing up the cameras. Okay, so as you guys get onto the island, if you're... Nymue, you said you're looking for... Well, actually, let's do this. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
These dice are so hard to read.
Sure.
I should just always ask.
24.
I had Murderbeard at 24.
15.
15 for Nymue.
12.
And Michael!
4.
Michael!
Oof. Oof.
Doesn't help when your initiative is +0.
Surprisingly, that 4, not the last one in the initiative.
Oh, good. These guys suck.
A little bit. Okay. So, as you guys arrive on the island, what you see is thus. You see, kind of like backing towards you guys, because you pull up onto you swim up onto the island on the shore here, like where these little rafts that the students, the young adults had pulled up onto the shore, pull up like where they had arrived. 2 of them are like backing towards you. They are armed. They are not heavily armored, but they are armed with Naporian longswords. The other 2 you can kind of see through the trees are slightly like backed up against a little rocky outcropping here. You can see the diplomat. In fact, the Ignian elven diplomat here has climbed over some of these low rocks and is approaching towards them. He has traded in his diplomat's garb for a set of what appears to be like an ornate studded leather, and he is carrying a short sword in one hand, and he has looks like a light crossbow in the other. There are what's everybody's passive perceptions?
Like 1,000 billion. 21.
13.
11.
I am also 11.
Rowan is muted.
Yeah, 11. I
So,
was like having a hard time finding it. 11.
Scylla, you are the only one that spots the 2 other individuals here and here hiding among like the trees.
Okay, he's
they're
like, yeah, they look
they're like
roguish.
advancing on like a flanking maneuver. But they have hidden, so you guys are not aware of these 2 yet. But Scylla, you do see them. Your passive is high enough to beat their stealth check. The ship is back here. Sense of scale for you a little bit. These rocks here are only supposed to be like, they're like difficult terrain essentially, as opposed to like a physical barrier. So the ship is like looming over this part of the island. This is the best I could do for what is supposed to be like a Japanese one of those like torii gates. But that is what is here. It sits on top of this like sort of misshapen boulder in the kind of center of this island here. Clearly this is the kind of the shrine that you are aware that is on this island. So the first to react is actually going to be our diplomat here. He is going to turn his attention briefly towards you guys as you arrive. And he kind of scowls, and he steps forward, and he pulls, he stows his light crossbow, and he reaches like to a loop in his belt, on like the far side of himself from you, and he pulls out, holds out in front of him this gunmetal gray with like a vaguely greenish tint to it. What appears to be like a bullseye lantern. It's only about a foot tall. Solidly seems to be made of this metal, and you can just see the irised lens is shut right now of this lantern, but you can see that there is this like vague greenish illumination coming from inside it. He turns and faces these two young Naporians here. And he turns a lever on the side of this lantern and unshutters the bullseye lantern. And you guys see a beam of light that almost seems to have physical form, is like released from this lantern. And you hear this rushing of like... and I'm going to make a couple of quick saves for these two.
The sound that you made was like kind of cut off. What could you describe what the sound was that it made?
Almost like a muted, hushed, like cacophony of like whispered, ghastly groans.
Gotcha.
One of them makes their save, the other one fails.
Such a creepy sound. Your mic doesn't want to let.
The mic doesn't want you to hear it. You watch as he turns this lantern and unleashes this light on these two. One of them, like, shields her eyes and turns away, instinctively just knowing that whatever this is bad, is evil. The other one is not so fast and gets hit full gaze into the bullseye center of this lantern. And you watch before your eyes as, like, her skin, like, shrivels and dries and, like, desiccates, and her eyes, like, sink into her skull, and her skin goes, like, waxy, and her hair becomes brittle, and she drops to the ground.
Oh boy.
And immediately, he, like, hits them with this, and he, like, shutters the lantern again. He turns towards the group of you, and he says, "It was unwise for you to come here. Now you will share the fate." And Murderbeard, you're up.
Words right out of my mouth.
How far away are we from that guy?
The way the map is sort of blocks the terrain a little bit, but it looks like as the crow flies, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, about 60 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to move up a little bit.
Okay.
So that I'm just under 60 feet.
Okay.
I'll move a little closer. And I...
5, 10,
I'm...
15... You want to move 20 feet?
Sure.
Okay, move 20 feet.
I'm going to attempt to throw the trident into this man's, like, lantern.
Okay. So you're specifically trying to throw at the lantern.
I'm gonna aim for the lantern,
Here's
but
what we'll
also
do.
if I hit his
So
body,
throw
I
it,
don't care.
throw it at him, and if you hit by more than 5, I will have him make a check to see if he holds on to the lantern.
Okay. That's a natural 20, making it a 21.
Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna roll some damage here.
I'm so worried because the trident fish command sucks. It's a plus
Let me just,
one. So... Hopefully, it's physically possible.
Let me just send this to you guys in Discord real quick.
Oh no.
Here is his
Also
counter
roll
roll.
20. Oof. Oof.
He rolls a 1.
Becomes the next Captain Hook.
He rolls a 1. You throw that trident.
Finally, I rolled a nat 20 on something mattered.
You throw that trident as hard as you can, and the trident, as he is in the process of reshuttering it and turning towards you, that trident comes, the center prong of that trident hits the middle, right into the eye of that lantern. And it is ripped out of his hand. It hits the ground, and as the trident pierces through it, it goes and explodes. So he's gonna have to make a dexterity save.
After doing that, I'm gonna like pause and like look at everybody else. Like, I also can't believe I just did that and be like, yeah! Yeah, bitch!
So he makes his dexterity save. He dives out of the way as this lantern is just blasted and explodes under the damage that the trident inflicted to it. Okay, well, that's a very effective turn, sir. Anything else you want to do?
I was gonna say, I don't think I can. Well, I don't know. Does that count as like an attack for me to do the crossbow attack?
Crossbow attack? I mean,
Like
that's your attack
my
roll.
second crossbow attack. My bonus attack.
No,
with
because
the
you would have to have made the attack with your weapon. You can't like, switch to a different weapon.
Okay. Then I don't think there's anything else I can do. So, I guess I'll close the gap more.
Okay.
So
you moved. We said you moved 20, right?
Yeah.
So
And I guess I'll
10,
bonus action
15,
dash
20.
if I need to get like close to him.
25. What's your movement? 30 or 25?
Yeah.
30. So 30 would put you. 30 would put you here.
No, it's only 25. Sorry.
Okay, so 25 puts you like even with these guys.
That's fine.
Alrighty, so it is going to be their turn. So what they're going to do, now that lantern has been blasted, this individual is going to run over here. She is going to, she like runs over, scoops down, and grabs the unconscious and or dead woman off of the ground. And like hooks under her armpits and begins like dragging her backwards towards you guys. So she can only get, let's see, they're here, 5, 10, 15. She can only move 15 feet, so she can only get to about here. But she is like dragging her friend towards what she assumes to be the safety of you guys. This individual is going to dart off in this direction to lend her a hand, and the remaining student here, he kind of like turns as you run up, Murderbeard, and he says, "What do we do? Do we fight or do we run?"
This is the kid.
This is the kid saying this to you. He's like, "Do we fight or do we run?"
Get to shelter.
He nods his, of course, and he'll dash and kind of run in this direction. All right, so that is their turn. Nymue, that is going to bring us to you.
All right, I look at the kid and I tell him to stay behind us. Defend if you have to, but stay behind us. And I'm going to, since I still technically have the jump, I'm gonna now to run and jump. I'm gonna do some ninja shit off trees if I have to, acrobatics check, but I'm gonna get up in this man's face. I'm gonna side power jump.
Okay, so I believe. Let me double check. Does the long jump take your action? I don't think it does, right? It's part of your movement.
I think it's your movement.
It takes 1 foot of movement to use it.
It's okay. All right, so with your, let's see, so you're here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would get you about here. And then you can naturally jump 8 feet, right?
Yep.
Which means...
And then I have to roll for how much
well,
extra
you can triple jump automatically because of the spell, right?
Right.
Because of Scylla's spell.
Yes.
So
I don't
5,
even need to do this size.
10, 15, 20 feet gets you about to him. So without even side jumping, you can jump, you can run,
Nice.
and then leap and get right to this guy.
Thank you.
Nice.
Now I say, no, it was your mistake coming here, and I'm going to attack.
All right, do it.
I need my D20. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 will hit.
Eleven. 11 slashing damage plus telekinetic strike. 6 psychic damage.
Okay, 11 plus 6,
But I
17
will get the
damage.
4.
You rush forward. You leap through the air, bringing your naginata to bear as you come down. You deliver your one-liner and you whip the blade around. He brings his short sword up, catches the blade of the naginata as it comes in, but the force of your strike is great enough that it drives his defense back. The flat of his sword hits flat against his own shoulder, and the curved edge of your sword digs into the upper part of his sort of just back into his tricep muscle.
Action surge.
Action surge. Okay. He starts. You are making a mistake.
You already made yours. Oh yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh yes.
That is 10 damage.
Okay, plus 10 more damage. You bring your blade around, and you sweep and you slash into his shin. He kind of stumbles back, gritting his teeth. And as Nymue launches herself through the air and engages the diplomat turned assassin in combat, Rowan, it is your move.
Can I, running through the trees, get to the unconscious girl?
Let's see. You're about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, just about, looks like.
Okay, I'm going to run up to her.
Okay.
And I want to use my healing feat and use the healer's kit to restore hit points to her.
Make a medicine check as you approach, as you kneel down.
Does that spell have to be cast with the
It's not a
feet?
spell, right? It's an item.
No, it's just a feat. It's 17.
17. She's dead.
Okay, then I just stand up and draw my longsword and say to the other kids to stand behind me, to stay behind me, and I pull up my shield and I get ready to run at this guy in my next round.
Okay. So you pull your sword, and the young woman who is carrying the what you now know to be the corpse of her friend, she kind of looks. She's, but what if Kimiko?
I can't help her. I don't have that power yet. I'm sorry. And just keep her. Get to safety with her. I'm not saying that
Okay.
she's. I'm not telling this girl that.
They nod. Okay. Alrighty. Then that is going to be this individual here. Is going to kind of scrambles over the rocks. It's going to take his full 30 feet of movement to clear this 15 feet of rocky terrain. He is going to assess the situation quickly. This is he's wearing Ignean Imperial Navy robes, but it is in the cut and style of a spellcaster. You see that he has a spell book which he pulls from a lanyard on his hip. And he flips deftly through some pages until he finds what he wants, and he is going to cast Hold Person on Nymue. So Nymue, I need
That's a
you...
wisdom save, ain't it?
A wisdom saving throw, yes.
I have advantage on those.
Yes, you do.
Oh, 19.
Ooh, yes, that is enough. So he flips through this book, and he reaches out. He cries out a word in Ignian as he casts this spell at you, and you feel the magic starts to grip your muscles, but you with a surge of your willpower, you shake off the effects of his spell. That is going to be all he does on his turn, bringing us to Scylla.
Am I still an octopus?
You are still an octopus.
Okay. How far would it be, if I kind of just yeet Thyxes onto the shore here? If I were to, I don't know if you can see where my little cursor is going,
Yep.
but to swim around to this guy, how far would that distance be?
Looks like 90 feet. I guess give or take. He's like 95 because it's 90 feet to go like this, and then 5 to get to him.
But that means it's still pretty far, going directly to
Directly
him
at him, you're
from
looking
where I'm
at
at.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 45 feet.
Okay, I would have to do this either way. So, since I'm still an octopus, I'm gonna get back in the water, and I'm going to swim my 60 feet.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 gets you here.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my action to dash to get to over where this dude is.
Okay. 5, 10,
So I have another 60
15,
feet.
20, 25, 30, 35 gets you up out of the water behind this guy.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot that I can do with my bonus action, and unfortunately, the other guy that's far away, if they don't see him, I can't really help them right now because I can't talk, so that's my turn.
Alrighty. So this octopus crawls out of the ocean behind this individual. And Thyxes, that is going to bring us to your turn as you're just sort of deposited onto the shore before Scylla swims away behind you.
Great terminology. I love it. Deposited on the shore. Now, that person that's in the trees there, that was the one who attempted to cast the spell, correct?
This guy cast the spell.
Oh, so
this guy and this guy are still hidden to everyone but Scylla, who was able to see them.
Okay. I will, Thyxes will begin to move his 30 feet towards the individual that Nymue is engaged with, since that's the only person that he can see.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 30 gets you just about where Murderbeard is.
Does that put me within 30 feet of that individual?
Which one? The spell guy? Or this guy?
I can only see the one guy that Nymue is attacking, so that would be the guy.
Let's see, you're here, so 5, 10, 15, 20,
I think it's
25.
exactly 30.
That is exactly 30, yes.
Exactly.
So you're within 30 feet.
So as Thyxes is walking up confidently towards Murderbeard, seeing the awesome display of his trident throwing and feeling that boost of confidence, is going to be walking forward, and his eyes begin to glow green, and he starts speaking in Infernal. And that in common means time to turn out the lights, and I'm going to cast blindness on that individual.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. So he's got to make a save, right?
Yes, Constitution saving throw.
All right, let's see what his con is.
The magic number is a 14.
His con is a +2, which gives him a 16.
Ah! He makes a save.
All right. You cast your spell on him. Nymue, you see this assassin, it's his eyes sort of begin to cloud over for a minute, but he shakes his head, and they clear.
Don't have to worry about a spell save if you stab a trident into somebody's eyes.
Guess I'll go for his eyes next.
So what happens next? 5, 10, 15.
Oh, there's the whole ship full of dudes.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah, hopefully that was the boss and not just the boss of these dudes.
5, 10.
It's a whole ship of dudes with lanterns rolling up.
Yeah. Okay, so these guys are going to adjust themselves on the deck here. Let me see what kind of distance we're working with here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think the only one, 5, 10, 15, 20. The only one who's legit, well, what's their range on this guy? I think they can shoot at Scylla, and I think they can shoot at Nymue. I actually need my physical book for these guys, wouldn't you know it?
My AC is so low as an octopus. I'm like in Thyxes territory right now.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. With mage armor, I might be above you.
Yeah, mine's an 11 as an octopus. I'm
Oh,
very
mine is
squishy.
above you.
Oh god.
Just barely.
So they're gonna shoot, 2 of them are gonna shoot at Nymue, 1 is gonna shoot at Scylla. So, Nymue, 2 that shoot at you. Oh boy! Well, the die are a 5 and a 2, so it doesn't matter what their modifier is, they're not gonna hit. Scylla, the one that shoots at you, we'll get out the green die for this. First roll of the Little Dragon Court green die.
Little dragon, don't do this to me.
Well, I rolled it off the table. We're gonna play as it lays. Let me find it.
It refuses to betray me.
Okay, well, the good news is it wasn't a natural 20. The bad news is it was a natural 19. Which makes the 2 hit a...
My AC is literally an 11.
Okay, more than is needed to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's okay, I have a ton of HP.
Yeah, it appears they have one guy on the team that's worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
Is Scylla within 30 feet of me?
Let me...
10 points of piercing damage.
15, 20, 25... I think I am, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a protective field as a
But
reaction.
I'm good, though. Oh, honey, I'm good.
Are
I
you
have
sure?
52 hit points.
Okay, never mind
52
then.
hit points as an octopus. Yeah, save that for something
I'll save that.
else. I'm fucking stacked right now.
This dude is... Okay, so what... Those dudes shoot arrows at Nymue and Scylla. But these 3 guys are currently operating the ship's cannons.
Oh,
No.
And the
Oh,
3 of
no.
them fire the
No.
fire the cannons.
Not
Not at
using
you guys.
cannons. They've got cannons.
They fire the
now.
cannons. They fire those cannons not at you. Not at the students.
At the arc.
At their
They
own
fire
ship.
those cannons at the shrine.
No!
Oh no.
Oh my god.
They're literally about to cut these people off from their like alien spirits.
Oh,
That's gonna be
Oh
3
my-
hits with the
this
ship
is
cannons.
Bad. This is bad.
This is not
Oh
I'm
god,
within
those
30 feet. Oh, I
I
guess
don't,
like
I
doesn't
don't
count
have
as a
anything to
structure.
stop them either. No.
Yeah, if it,
I can't even do a protective field.
I don't have
Anybody got
any
like a
reactions.
Matrix slow time dodge bullet spell?
I know it's not technically a creature. Can I use a protective field to reduce damage? It's my spiritual home.
You can, in fact. Go ahead and reduce that damage.
Oh. Okay.
because there's a creature in it. It's a tentacle monster.
Oh no! Oh no! I reduced it by 5.
Okay. You, Nymue, these cannons fire off on the ship, and you see the cannon strike. The arch like cracks in a place where one of the cannonballs hits it. A second one gouges into the ground in the small shrine behind the arch. And the third hits this like rocky kind of like outcropping that it's been built upon. Instinctively, you reach out, knowing deep down that your psionic ability to reach to another creature and psychically shield them does not work on inanimate objects, and yet you feel your power take hold over something, and the amount by which you like offer any protection is inconsequential. You figure, I mean, it was 3 cannon shots. You know, you feel like you didn't offer much resistance, but the fact that you reached out with this psychic grasp to connect to what you thought was like a building, and you touched something, is significant.
Oh man, it's Godzilla.
Must protect.
This is what we reveal. I've been building up to a kaiju campaign the whole time.
Must protect her at all costs.
Okay. That was
that's
the pirates. Okay.
Matt, I would like to cast Reduce on the kaiju, please.
Baby, yeah, now you have Baby Godzilla. You have Godzilla Jr. Okay, so the guys who have been hiding.
And Scylla turn into a monkey. Get a Kong fight going.
Yeah. Okay. Scylla. This guy in the trees here is going to turn. And he is going to... he's actually going to cast... He's also going to cast Hold Person on you. Much like happened with Nymue.
The sneaky guy that's hidden.
You get the hidden, turns around, and is going to try and hold person you.
Oh, snap.
Actually, no, he's not, because you're an octopus right now. So
He casts Hold Octopus.
I don't know what the class. I don't know if you count as a beast right now or a monster. And I do not feel like googling. I don't feel like doing the googling to figure that out. So we're just gonna have him cast a different spell.
Okay, yeah, because I think I'm technically a beast.
He's just gonna cast Inflict Wounds
And then his
instead.
cast Octopus. He's like, yes, the one time I can use this.
So he's gonna make a melee spell attack against your octopus.
That one very specific situational spell that he prepared for the day.
Yeah.
I guess Hold Octopus.
What is his?
Y'all laughed at me. Every morning you laugh at me when I prepare Hold Octopus, but today's the day.
12 hits, right? Hits your octopus form.
Super
Okay,
hits.
so as an octopus, you are gonna take just 1d10 of damage. Oh no, you're gonna take 3d10 damage.
Yeah, I was about to say he gets like a lot for that.
$19 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
I'm still octopus.
All right.
Oh, here's a quick question. If he just hit me and I'm also over here, can my friends now see him?
I believe since he has like taken an action, that like breaks his hide action. So like
Okay.
you guys see this dude pop up out of like a friggin' ghillie suit and just like smack a hand onto this octopus, and this like pulse of necrotic energy comes out of his hand. This guy is going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, he doesn't actually need to dash. 30 feet gets him right here, huh? He's closer than I thought he was. So he doesn't dash. He just runs right up to Nymue. And he is going to make 2 melee attacks. He pulls this, like, long knife out of his belt. And he's going to attack Nymue with an 11 and a 7. So he's going to miss twice. That is their turn. That is going to bring us back at the top of the order as this other hidden individual who comes like bursting out of the trees, wildly swinging this dagger at you. Our diplomat is going to go again And he is going to make 2 attacks against you, Nymue, with his short sword. That's a little better. That's going to be a 16.
Just hits.
Okay, and the other one was a natural 19, so he will hit you twice. Okay, so first, from the sword itself, you're going to take 14 points of piercing damage. And then I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. One is a 23, and the other is a 19.
Okay, so both of those are successful, so you will take half damage here.
Okay.
By the way, I lost concentration on enhance ability.
Ooh, okay. You no longer have advantage on your strength checks. You're going to take 20 points of poison damage.
I'm gonna try and reduce that.
Okay.
I reduce it by 6, so I take 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ouch.
He lashes out at you with this poisoned short sword. He hisses through gritted teeth at you, and he says, "You do not know what you interact with. We are trying to save the world here."
They're trying to what?
He says, "We are trying to save the world."
Oh, well, alright.
Following in his grandfather's footsteps.
That is his turn, which does bring us to Murderbeard.
How's good old Captain Hook looking?
He's okay. Looks
Okay.
he's slightly bloodied by Nymue.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna definitely straight up murder him.
No, it doesn't look like you are about to he's on the verge of death.
And he's definitely engaged with Nymue, correct?
He's definitely engaged with Nymue, yes.
Buckle up, buddy. Well, it's not gonna be great. Maybe unbuckle.
Unbuckle.
That's only gonna be a 13.
No, 13 will not hit. Crossbow goes wide.
Cool. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I guess I'll move up there.
Can
Okay.
you do it as a
'Cause I can-
bonus action, though?
I can get
Can you shoot him twice?
25 does get you right up to him.
As a free action, Thyxes will yell at Murderbeard and say, "Get the trident. It worked better."
Alrighty. Anything else?
no, because I can't do anything else. I don't think.
Okay.
So I'm at least I'm hoping just to put another meat target next to Nymue.
Alrighty. The students, these two are gonna pull. So with the combined effort, they're able to move a full 30 feet back, so they'll get back over here out of the way. That's all they're gonna do at this point. Nymue, that will bring us to you.
Alright, as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my second wind. Oof. Nice. It's better than nothing. Alright, I'm gonna take a swing for his face.
Alright, roll to hit.
I wanna try and blind him. Which one? Which dice? Which dice? Natural 20! 25 to hit!
That hits.
Very nice.
He's gonna become Captain Hook and Scar from The Lion King. Just turn him into all the Disney villains. Next, this guy's gonna be like, and I also want a coat made of puppies!
20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
Damn.
I rolled really good.
You slash into his abdomen with your naginata, bat his sword out of the way. He pins his free hand to the wound, but he's still on his feet. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rowan, that is going to bring us to you. You see Nymue like whips her weapon around and like forward thrusts and slashes into this diplomatic individual. And this other hooded person has come like running out of the woods. There is a spellcaster back here you can see, and then you can see that this guy is here now. He's fighting with Scylla, as well
Can
as
I make
of
it?
course the ship.
Yeah. Can I make it up to Nimue's other side, opposite of Murderbeard?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to run up
let's see
there,
here.
and I'm gonna slice at the guy who came out of the woods.
Already roll the hit.
Natural 20.
Woo! Okay, yes,
We're just angry at this
definitely
point.
hits.
Okay. 18 points total. I rolled.
Ooh, okay.
I have 9, so doubled 18.
You run up and you he's focused on Nymue as you just run up and like uppercut slash across his chest. He is still on his feet somehow, but he is badly injured.
This man about to not even have any feet.
Murderbeard. Some people get into a fight and they get real aggressive and they're out for blood. Murderbeard's out for feet.
Gross.
Gross.
Sentence again.
So the mage back there, seeing Rowan come running out of the forest there, he's gonna cast. I think he use his other second level spell slot. He's gonna cast a magic missile at second level at Rowan. So I need some d4s. 2, 3. Alright, so Rowan, you're going to take 15 points of force damage as this mage holds out his hands, and these like glowing darts of arcane energy streak through the air and slam into you.
Alright, this is fine.
That is going to bring us, Scylla, to you.
So change of plans from what I'm doing now. I would like to remove myself from this man's presence, and I want to go over to the ship.
Okay.
I don't have any kind of I'm not disengaging.
Okay, so he will take a swing at you as you back up. Oh, I have to roll the Scylla dice. Hang on. That is a 14. That doesn't matter what his plus that hits.
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna hit.
So that is gonna be. That's only gonna be 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, cool. I would like to swim over to the boat. How high up is the boat?
I mean, boat height, so you're talking like probably a 15-foot climb at least.
Water,
Scylla's
or
gone.
like the water. Oh,
Scylla's
there we
gone.
go.
Robot-y.
No,
So you're good now.
am I good?
Yeah.
Okay, my tentacle attack has a 15-foot reach. So can I get the people that are on the edge with that, or do I have to climb up
You'd
a
probably
little
have
bit?
to climb. You'd probably have to climb onto the deck to be able to get at these guys because you're directly beneath them.
Okay. Yeah, so that was what, like 30 feet from there?
To get from where you were to here, it took 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement.
Okay, then I will climb up. So if that's at half, is that half? I don't know how that works.
It'll take you another 30, climb up the boat. Probably, we're probably talking using your action to climb to make an athletics check. In this instance, because you physically have to, like, haul yourself onto the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright, so you'll use 15, you'll use your action. Go ahead and just make an athletics check, just perfunctory. Just don't roll a 1 and you're fine. As an octopus, this should be no problem.
Oh boy.
I did not roll a 1. That's an 8 plus athletics is 5
Easy
for an
enough.
octopus.
So you just, like,
Yeah, 13.
climb right up.
I'm gonna slurp up
Spill
there.
out over onto the deck where these individuals are, like, they, like, turn. They've got arrows
and
pointed
then,
at the shore.
If I have, like, any little bits of movement left, I just want to get as close to, like, the middle of this group of people as possible.
That's probably as far as you're
That's
going to be
probably
able to get. 'Cause
Okay,
you
then that's my
used
turn.
about half to get here, and then would have taken you another, like, 30 essentially to climb up. Alright,
Okay, I'm good.
then, Thyxes. That brings us to you.
Oh, so many options. Okay, couple points of clarification I need to ask you, Matt. So you said these rocks over here.
Difficult terrain as
section?
opposed to, like, a physical barrier.
Okay, so I have a question. I can cast enlarge on objects. If I cast enlarge on this area where they're trying to target this thing, would it take this thing out of range, like, for them?
Probably not, because you'd probably,
Not-
like,
okay.
you're probably hitting, like, a single rock, which,
Okay,
like, might get
gotcha.
slightly bigger, as
Right.
opposed to, like, a 10-foot patch of ground.
Sure, I just didn't know. I was wanting to know what your clarification on that was. Okay, so I am seeing. I can see Scylla doing what she's doing over there.
Yep.
I can see all the guys. I'm gonna try to move over this way. 5, 10. I guess. Get into the water.
Okay.
That dude is right there.
I know, that's why I don't wanna get there. But and now that I see Scylla up there, I'm gonna go ahead and use a 2nd level spell slot, and if she is willing, I'd like to cast Enlarge on Scylla, making her weight 8 times her normal amount on the deck of the ship.
I don't know how much I weighed, but I was a large creature before, so now I'm huge.
I mean, probably not enough to sink a ship. Let's see.
Not yet.
But if she
I
jumped off
look
the
cool.
side, wrapped her tentacles around the edge, and
she
yanked
cracking
really
this
hard,
Does that increase my strength or anything at all?
you got advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and you also deal an extra 1d4 damage on your attacks.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so you were a large creature before. You doubled in size.
Double in size, 8 times weight.
A giant Pacific octopus adult weighs between 22 and 110 pounds, if that helps. I just googled it.
Okay, so per some D&D rules, you are about 30 feet long now. And octopi are, as it turns out, not super dense, so you probably only weigh about 800 pounds. However, we have firmly entered Kraken territory at this point. You are big enough. A standard sailing ship. This ship is about 100 feet long by 20 feet wide. So you are firmly large enough that you can, like, start
I like
crackening
rear
this
up
ship.
I rear up my like little octopus undercarriage, and like my little beak that is now as large as a man just is like
Oh
turn.
boy.
She's got
Let's
8
see.
arms and they're all giving the finger.
It's the best I got for you right now.
The Elder
it's about the best I got for you.
That's good. That's so good.
As there is now.
Honestly, the enlarge on an animal, like on a wild shape combo, never gets old. Like, it really just never gets old.
Does the guys right near her, especially with the clacking beak, need to like make like a check of some kind to see if they're gonna stay and fight her?
We in Delve Requisite
Perfect.
fashion, we like to call this roll to poop your pants.
Yeah,
That is coming on their turn. Yes.
okay. I just wanted to put it out there. 'Cause I
Or
would-
Jason's roll, as we like to call it for short.
Yeah, it's the old Jason maneuver.
Scylla, this is the only reason I took this spell coming into this campaign was for these purposes.
All right.
It's
So
the
these, funny enough, that does make it these pirates' turn if you're not doing anything else, Thyxes.
No, that's all I can do.
Okay, let's do some morale checks here. All right, these two guys immediately flee. They begin to like run for as much cover as they can. If you want to use your reaction, Scylla, to attack one of them, you can.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up. I did +5 to hit. That's a 12 to hit. Not great.
12 on these guys.
Yeah, I only rolled a 7.
Does not hit, unfortunately.
Rip.
Indeed. However, the one brave soul who decides to stand his ground is going to try to attack you. He can make 2 attacks. He's going to pull out a longsword, make 2 attacks with a longsword. Attack number 1 is an 15, and attack number 2 is a critical. So he will get you twice. Righty. So, the non-critical is going to be... 5 points of slashing damage. And the critical is going to be 18 points of slashing damage.
I am no longer
Oh,
an octopus.
no!
Am I still enlarged?
I believe you are still
I'm still
giant.
technically concentrating on you.
You are still,
so-
you are just giant Scylla now. Which, debatable if that's better or worse for these guys, if we're being honest.
HP is higher now, or my armor class is higher now, so.
Okay. So giant Scylla reappears on the deck as the pirates, these 3 reload the cannons. They were like furtively like looking at the friggin' Kraken attacking their ship as they're like frantically stuffing cannonball and powder into these cannons, but they reload the cannons on this round. That is going to bring us to these 2 individuals. So this guy will come after Thyxes, and this individual is going to take a swing at Rowan. So these 2 gents are going to make 2 attacks apiece. So Thyxes, that is an 11
That will miss.
and a 22.
22.
22.
I don't think I can even do anything about that.
And Rowan an 8 and a critical. Okay, so Thyxes, you are going to take 4 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Rowan, you are going to take 6 points of piercing damage. And that is their turn. They brandish these daggers.
Scylla is
Stab
not
into you.
giant Scylla anymore.
Oh, no!
No, I was
Concentration.
literally just looking up the weight of cannons to see if I had enough carrying capacity to throw them.
I rolled a natural 1 on my concentration check.
All right, scaled back down. Scylla's normal size again. Unfortunate.
Well, now at least they're just confused on the ship.
I know.
Giant-
One of these guys goes, "Soccer Blue, what is happening?" Zutalos! Okay, so that is them. That's going to bring us to the top of the order, and our friend here is going to turn towards Murderbeard and make 2 attacks.
Is Murderbeard within 5 feet of me technically?
He is
or
not. He
too
is
far?
10
Okay.
feet from you. Because he's got Scylla between you. So he's going to make 2 short sword attacks against Murderbeard. Oh boy. A 5 and a 3. So he's
Let
going
me
to
check. Those are not going to hit.
Does an 11 hit? Because that's what it is after one of his attacks.
No.
No, he misses badly. Okay. That is his... that is his turn there.
With the exception of that one guy, these guys are bad. Bad at their jobs.
Well,
Don't jinx it, Jesus.
you say that. Alrighty. At this point, Scylla, you hear from over the side of the ship over here.
Another Kraken.
You hear like, and a moment later, a figure like hoists itself onto the deck, performing like a double front flip, landing onto the deck and pulling out a katana in one smooth motion. Ray, Nymue's father, lands on the deck of the ship, brings his sword into a fighting stance, looks at, like, spares
it.
one glance towards you, looks at the individuals clustered up here, and he says, "You should never have come here." And he's gonna action surge, as he moves forward, using the rest of his movement to come here,
Oh
and
boy.
using his action surge to make an extra attack. There he is. So he's going to make 2 attacks against the nearest pirate here. Or not pirate, sailor. One of them is going to miss. One of them will hit. He's going to deal 10 points of slashing damage to this individual here. Badly wounding this Ignean sailor here. And that is his turn. The students have moved back for now. Nymue, it is your turn.
Great. Fun times. Love this. Okay, I'm just gonna hit this guy again. I'm trying to do non-lethal. I want to keep him unconscious but alive because he needs to suffer a little bit.
You're hitting which guy? This guy?
The diplomat.
Yep. Okay, roll the hit.
Uh, 17 plus 5, I think. So 22.
That definitely hits.
Uh, 10 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do a telekinetic strike. That is another 5 damage.
Okay. He is... you stab into him with your naginata. You pulse a wave of psychic energy through the strike. He A bunch of blood like comes up out of his mouth, dribbles down his chin, but he is still on his feet, clutching that poisoned sword in his hand.
Okay.
Alrighty. That is... so Rowan, that brings us to you. So you see Nymue is like basically has the blade of her weapon like in this guy's torso essentially right now.
Yeah, they've got him covered, so I'm just gonna swing at the assassin
This guy here?
dude.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. Same guy from before. So, can I remember? 21 to hit.
Oh yes.
8 points of damage to him.
Okay. So you slash into him again with your weapon, and he is remains standing. And he as he takes this hit, he steps in to try and close the distance to get in with his dagger in on you. He is still on his feet. Anything else, Ron?
No, I'm just keeping his attention on me for now.
Okay. Alrighty. We're gonna have so our mage guy is gonna fire another magic missile at Rowan. Just at first level this time. 12 additional points of force damage. This mage fires these magic missiles at you. And this the diplomat / assassin here sort of like calls back over his shoulder as he's like he calls back in for any of you who speak Elvish. You understand this as he shouts back over your shoulder. He says, "Hold strong. We only need to hold out long enough to destroy it." And that is going to bring us to Scylla on the deck of the ship. No longer an octopus, no longer enormous. But now with friends. Oh, the ship disappeared because Victoria.
I drew a cube and I can't make it go away.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I don't even know if I know how to delete that.
Well, it's
I
broken.
tried right
There, okay, I got it.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I'm gonna come like right here.
Yeah.
And then in a 15-foot cube originating from me, I believe I can get all 4 of these guys and not get Nimue's dad.
Yeah.
If I angle it.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Woo!
So
Okay.
All 4 of those dudes need to make a con saving throw. And if they fail, they're getting pushed.
What is the what's the
The
save?
save is 14.
So how does 2 3s, an 8, and an 11 suit you?
Those guys are okay. All right, so I rub my hands together and pull them apart, and there's a little thundercloud that forms in them, and then I slam it down onto the deck of the ship, and it shoots out in a wave of thunder, and they're all gonna take 2d8 thunder damage, and they get pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right.
So they get 7 plus 3, so they take 10 thunder damage. And maybe are now not on the freaking cannons.
Alrighty. You do blast one of them off the cannon, or 2 of them off the cannons. 2 of them weren't on cannons to begin with. But yeah, you smash those 4 guys. You hit the deck. This charge of thunderous energy ripples out from your hands, and they are just thrown through the air, toppling end over end, crashing across the deck here. One of them clanks his head into the cannon behind him as he's thrown back. You don't appear to have killed anybody with this attack, but you have you just ragdolled the 4 of these guys across the deck of this ship.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going for Old Faithful, turning into a direwolf.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Let's get the good old bear that I use for direwolf.
Bear. Here, I'll move myself over.
There's your bear. That's a little large. Let's scale that guy down.
It's very cute, though.
I love that this is probably very confusing for my father.
Yeah, and that's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Scylla. So Scylla, you do that. The chaos of this battle prevails. Several of you are fighting hand to hand on the deck. Scylla and now Nymue's father Ray has joined the fray, are fighting on the deck of the ship here. The spellcasting wizard is in the back, flinging spells, and all the while, the ship is doing its best to pelt cannons into the shrine in the center of this island. And Nymue, you reached out instinctively with that psychic link to try and protect this icon of your homeland, and you felt something. And in the heat of this battle, there is a deep, low rumble that goes through the ground. You feel it in the soles of your boots. It vibrates your teeth in your head as the ground itself shakes. And you watch as that shrine adorned with the Torii Gate begins to rumble and shake, and for a moment you think perhaps the cannons did structural damage to it and it's collapsing and it's falling, but then it heaves upward. And for a moment it's almost as if the island itself has risen up from the ground and is pushing itself to its feet. The gate, the shrine, all lifting up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet into the air on this massive, newly formed, rocky shape, this figure, this form that then begins to almost differentiate into fists, limbs, legs. A creature stands up. This massive Goliath of stone and earth and sand. There's a tree, palm tree, sticking out of one of its shoulders. The entire shrine and the Torii Gate are on its back, almost like a turtle shell. As this thing rises up out of the ground.
Oh gosh.
And it turns reaches down and receives an enormous piece of island up out of the ground and throws it at the ship. And that is where we will take our break for the night. So, thank you for joining us. If you have been with us so far tonight, thank you guys for sticking with me thus far. We're going to take a quick break to give folks a chance to refill their drinks, stretch their legs, and then we will be right back with the remainder of our episode for tonight. But don't go anywhere. We will see you in just a few minutes and see what's happening. Be right back.
Welcome back, y'all. We're just
we
chilling
back.
and we're having some technical difficulties. Pee pee poo poo.
Hey,
Got it in.
got it.
We lost
Okay, it looks like Twitch should be able to hear me again. We're having some. I had to switch some things. I was not aware that they wouldn't be able to hear me at all, but now I think that they can. Let's maximize you, beautiful people, so that you're fully there.
Beard is all tangled.
Dwarf problems, am I right? Hashtag dwarf problems. When we went on our break, an enormous creature of stone and earth rose up out of the ground and threw a big rock at the ship. I'm gonna roll to hit real quick. Yep.
Say if after all that the big monster misses
Misses.
the ship with the rock. It was real embarrassing.
Overshoots by like a mile.
Boom! Get us a different monster.
Let's see. Okay, so the monster is gonna do some damage to the ship. Alrighty. Here's my d10s. The rock monster does 33 points of damage to the ship.
Whoa.
Wow.
So there's this
Wow.
like
Rock
you guys on the
monster.
deck, you're like as the ship is just slammed with this huge piece of stone. The whole deck like heaves as the ship rocks sideways and then corrects. A big spray of water like rushes over the shore, soaking onto like your guys' feet who's on shore there. And that is gonna bring us to Thyxes.
Okay, so I have an individual stabbing me right now.
Yes.
Ouch! That really hurt. Can you hold that thought? And I'm just going to run away from him. Not going to disengage. I'm just going to run towards Murderbeard, that little tree that's next to Murderbeard, because I can see this giant rock monster throwing rocks at this ship. I'm assuming.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So
It is
I'm
the
gonna-
largest thing anywhere in the area.
I'm
You're gonna take
to-
6 points of piercing from his dagger as you run past him.
Ouch! Stop!
Alexis, how did you think that was gonna go?
Murderbeard, take care of him. I got some stuff to do, okay? And I'm going to look towards the massive creature, and I'm going to attempt to enlarge the massive creature.
You
Dan,
sure?
better hope this
You
thing is on our
sure
side.
do. You sure do, buddy.
Like, does one thing, and it's the great
What just happened? If it works, it works.
Because I saw it threw a rock at that ship and put a massive hole in it, so I think it can do more damage now.
Thyxes cast this spell, and this creature.
Don't worry, everybody, I got this. I got it.
The wizard fell over.
Yeah, he got scared and fell over. Right.
He fainted.
I set him back up, and he's upside down.
He had a heart attack.
And turn.
All right,
Wait,
the
wait,
pirates.
I gotta roll for wild magic. I gotta roll for wild
yeah,
magic.
you should do that.
I'm safe. A 4.
Okay. The pirates. For lack of anything
Screen
better
cry.
to do, the pirates are gonna these 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 here are gonna get onto these cannons and shoot at this monster.
That's a mistake.
That's gonna be 3 hits. Do flat damage for the monster. 3. Okay. All right. So these 3 cannons go off, and it's like 3 cannonballs hitting what is now like a 100-foot tall stone monster. Is not as terrifying maybe as it would have been a moment ago. The stone creature sort of like angles towards them. Boy, this is gonna be precarious. So that is these 3 guys' turn. These 3 guys are going to attack, or these remaining 2 are going to attack Scylla. Actually, this guy's going to take the disengage action, and he runs over here, and he's he's going to use his action. He just cuts the anchor free of the ship. This guy will attack Scylla with 2 attacks. One of them is a 2, the other is a 10 plus some stuff. 14. Does a 14 hit your wolf form?
Yeah, that's my AC.
Okay. Then you were gonna take 6 points of slashing damage.
Weak.
So this guy just literally cuts the anchor off the ship. And that's his turn. And then that takes care of them. These guys are gonna go. This dude will chase down Thyxes. And he's gonna take 2 stabs at Thyxes. One of which is a... Fortunately, one of which is a crit. The other is only a... It's only a 10. So he'll only hit you once.
I will attempt to protect a field, Thyxes.
Okay. So the damage would have been 6 damage.
Okay. So you only take 1 damage.
Oh,
Take 1
that's
damage.
So good.
So you do still have to make a concentration save
I do.
I give-
I
of
do.
10.
I have a luck point from chat that I will give to you if you need it. if I'm allowed.
Sure, why not?
Okay, luck point.
I want this giant rock thing so bad.
I didn't need it. I got
Okay, good.
I got an 18.
So you maintain
So-
concentration. The giant rock monster is intact. Oh boy. Okay. That is okay. This other cultist is gonna attack Rowan twice. A 19 and a 22. So both of those will hit. 9 points of piercing total to Rowan.
Rowan's out.
Ooh, all right. Rowan is stabbed by this cultist and doesn't fall down, just slides around a lot, but is knocked unconscious. Okay, so Rowan falls under the blades of this this individual here. Okay. And as this enormous rock monster rises up, this cultist stabs Rowan and drives her down to the ground. The diplomat turns around, looks at this. He turns back, this feral, crazed look in his eye. You see his pupils have dilated to the point where his eyes almost look pure black Nymue. as he like hisses through like bloody, gritted teeth at you. And he says, "Whether we die here or not, you cannot stop the inevitable. You will return." And it is his turn. So he is going to attempt to exact his vengeance on Nymue, who has been beating him 6 ways to Sunday. He's going to make 2 attacks at Nymue. And that one. And a... 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So he will get you with 1 of his attacks. So, go ahead and make that con save for me. The piercing damage is going to be 6.
Uh, 21 con save.
Okay, so that is enough to save, so you'll take half damage on this. Would have been 15, so you will take 7.
Okay. Oh,
Poison damage.
Is
Alright.
reactions at the start of the round or back on my turn?
Reactions reset on your turn.
Okay.
Okay, that is his turn. Murderbeard, that brings us to you.
Okay, how far away am I from Big Bad Black Eyes here?
You're in melee. You're 5 feet from him. You're
Okay,
directly next.
alright,
You're
I
standing
didn't-
next to
didn't-
Nymue.
Okay. I'm going to, at this point, pull out my rapier and go, I think we've had quite enough of you.
Roll the hit.
That's a 19 plus 5,
That definitely hits.
and he is...
Engaged, so you can sneak attack.
Engaged.
Yes.
So that's going to be... $14 points of damage.
You lunge forward, and you, as he's like pressed into Nymue, like her naginata, the blade of her naginata is like in his like ribs. He's like trying to like gouge this dagger into her. So they're like locked together, almost nose to nose. And you step up, and you deliver your one-liner, and you just put your rapier like under the back of his rib cage up. And Nymue, you see the like 4 inches of rapier come out this dude's collarbone, like just below his larynx. And then Murderbeard pulls the sword out, and those like all black eyes like return to normal, and he just crumples dead to the ground as he is slain.
I'll like turn to Nymue and then be like, and like wipe a little bit of like goo off her face. Like, sorry. He was squishier than I thought he'd be. He was a juicy boy.
Oh.
That is going to bring us to Ray over on the ship. So he will turn. He's going to move towards this guy. He will make 2 attacks against him. Both of those will hit. Dealing 6 plus 4 apiece. $14 damage to this guy, which is just so he basically like as the ship like rocks and lurches back into place. He brings his katana around and just like cuts clean across this guy's throat. And as this guy like falls to his knees and like falls dead to the deck. Scylla, you are close enough as a wolf. You hear him say, "The island of Naporia rises against you." And that is going to be the end of his turn. Students are out of harm. Nymue, that brings us to you. So the diplomat / assassin has been killed. Rowan is unconscious beside you with another one of these individuals standing over her with a dagger.
Okay. I'm going for the one that's over Rowan then. I'm gonna come around and try and slash at his upper back. I want to try and come around from behind him.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to just sort of maneuver around him a little bit there.
Yeah. So 17 plus 5 to hit.
Oh, yeah, for sure hits. He's already taken 26 points of damage.
Uh, 12 slashing.
More than enough. You whirl around him, you bring your naginata around, and you slice across his back. You like hear and feel your blade cleanly like sever the center of his spine, and he just drops bonelessly and dead to the ground, directly next to Rowan. Dead.
Who is this wizard still alive?
The mage is still here. Yep. Well.
Okay. I'm gonna just use because I'm not sure how much of the jump is left. I'm gonna just jump over top of him and get behind him so he can't run back.
That's more or less possible, though there is a giant monster sort of in between him and the ship at this point. But yeah, you kind of like leap. You can leap over him. It's fine.
Sure. I just don't want him getting closer to the shrine.
Sure. Well, currently the shrine is about 100 feet in the air on the back of this thing.
Oh, right. That's right.
No problem. And speaking of that thing, it is its turn. As it, now having its weight multiplied by 8 and size doubled, is going to do the only natural thing, and it is going to walk, and it is going to step on the ship. This thing
Oh, no.
lumbers over, lifts one massive foot, and just slams it down onto the deck of the ship, squarely on top of these 4 guys. So I need... Scylla and Ray are going to have to make some dexterity saves here.
Nymue, I love it here.
I figured you would.
All right, Ray is
Just
okay.
one?
Yeah, make just one.
Okay, I'm gonna use my big. That was like a 19 plus.
You're
It's
fine.
21.
So you guys are basically like flung from the ship, slash like leap off to safety, as this thing with one strike just slams its foot into the top of the center of the deck, and the ship just cracks in half. Like, those 4 dudes are for sure dead, and it just, and the ship, you hear this ear-splitting, like, as the ship is shattered, in one fell strike. These 4 dudes are toast, for sure. Let's make a dex save for this guy, since he was not technically underneath. Oh, cool, he rolled a 4. So this guy was gonna take some damage. All right, had he taken damage? No. Okay.
Is Ray did he fall into the ocean over
He
here?
dove over the other side into the ocean.
Gotcha.
The heck? That's weird.
I like that the bear was floating for a hot second.
Floating bear. I like the other one better.
I'm seeing everything on the delay, so. Oh man.
All right, so Ray's in the water. Scylla, you're in the water. This dude appears to be alive, but very badly hurt. The creature has thoroughly destroyed the ship here, and it's just like standing in the wreckage. All right, that is its turn. Thyxes, you are up.
Applauding the entire time. Thanks as well. I guess. This guy chasing me, is he? So these guys are all elves, correct?
Yes, they are all elves.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just look at this individual who keeps stabbing me. Listen, friend. You see that? And I point up to the massive creature that just smashed the ship. And my eyes begin to glow green, and I say, I have complete control over it. If you would like me to, I could spare your life and forgive you from stabbing me multiple times. But you will have to lay down your weapon and run and swim as far and as long as you can.
Is Murderbeard close to Thyxes?
Yeah, you're 5 feet from each other.
I will, then turn, and after he says that, over his shoulder, just be like,
Make
intimidate.
make a deception check.
Okay. Deception.
Can I roll an intimidation check?
Thyxes can roll with advantage if you're gonna help.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. Let's go with it.
Don't you squander it.
All right. Advantage. I've got +4. Come on. 19 + 4. 23.
Alrighty. Interesting. Okay. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No, that would be my whole turn.
Okay. Those guys.
I think Rowan and I were both before Thyxes in the initiative order. Like originally.
Yeah, I think we got out of whack with the creature going.
We might have gotten out
Or
of whack.
the shrine.
I have.
With the
Students
shrine
didn't
coming to
go.
life and threw everybody
Nymue
off.
went. Okay, so Nymue went. Rowan, I need a death save.
Okay. Oh god.
No, I don't have any healing. I don't do
I
that.
think, hey guys, we don't need it. That's a natural 20. Don't I pop back up to 1 hit point?
Yes, you do.
I just put it in the Discord. It's loading. It's
You-
blurry. Sorry, it's blurry, but I come back up to 1 hit point.
I can believe
Right?
that's a 20. It looks like a 30 to me, so I think she comes back with 10 hit points.
I thought I come back with 1
Yeah,
hit
I'm
point.
natural 20. You get a hit point.
I've never had to roll a death save. I've only watched.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
come back to consciousness.
I get 1.
So you regain 1 hit point and you're unconscious.
Can I then just dump lay on hands in my?
You can.
Okay, that's my turn. I'm staying on the ground. I'm staying down.
Rowan the unkillable.
No,
Uh,
Rowan the
The
pissed
giant
off
monster
point.
by Rowan's on the ground. She's like, you guys got it. I'm gonna walk right here.
I kind of imagine that Rowan heard the ship break and was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, did Rowan fall before the giant monster came out
Yeah.
and then got even more giant?
I saw I saw him go giant, and then I was immediately killed right after that.
Oh, Rowan, you can add your proficiency bonus to any roll from chat. Thank you, Dogs for Life.
Nice.
Thanks, Shin. Oh boy.
Boy. This mage.
I'm just gonna hyperventilate over here.
Mage
for a while,
is gonna
okay?
use Misty Step. And teleport himself 30 feet. Get access to my...
Up his own ass.
Misty Step to here. He's going to use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use 30 feet of movement to go to here. And he is going to use Shocking Grasp on one of these students. It's gonna make a melee spell attack.
That's dark.
It is
That's
dark.
Dark.
Hit. Deal 1 point of lightning damage. He runs up. He like appears, sprints over here. He lifts his hand above his head. You see this like crackling of lightning. And he yells in Elvish. He says, "You will die with me!" And he slams his hand onto this male Naporian student who's like looking over the fallen body of their comrade here. And you just see this sort of like goes through, and the student like looks up at him, pulls out his sword. So he's alive. That's good. We'll take 1 point of damage. That is going to bring us to Scylla. So Scylla, you are in the water here next to this dude.
Okay. So are these like, how tall are these like rock things? that are in
Difficult
front
terrain,
of me?
essentially.
Okay.
They're taller than they look on the map taller than they're supposed to be. So you can cross over these easily. Just costs you double movement.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll use my full movement to just like kind of try to head towards like where the party is. Like I
Okay.
want to get directly as close to the Elven Wizard as I can, I suppose. Like I want to be able to see him.
Let's see. We're talking get over
I have
those
50 feet of
rocks.
movement as a dire wolf.
5, 10, 15, 20. So 40 feet of movement gets you to like the far side of this like bunch of rocks here.
Okay, so then I could probably get like between these,
So like 50 gets you here-ish.
like there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then, with my bonus action, I will drop my wild shape and
Okay.
become myself again. Let me take the bear away. There I am. And then with my action, is this man within 120 feet of me? This Elven Wizard.
I'm sure he is.
I'm gonna moonbeam him.
Hell yeah!
I take out my little pouch
I'm so
of
proud of myself.
of moon seeds, and I like cast them on the ground, and they like scatter all the way across towards him, and then I like, I don't know, strike a piece of, what is feldspar? I don't know
It's like
what that
it's
is.
like a rock, a little mineral rock,
Is that like a shiny rock?
basically.
Yeah, like I strike a piece of feldspar against like a scrimshaw that I have, and the spark like turns into a Constitution saving throw of 14.
He gets a 9. He fails.
Okay, now he's gonna take 2d10 damage, radiant. So 9, 10. He takes 11 radiant damage, and if he's a shape changer, just so you know, he makes his saving throws with disadvantage.
He's not a shape changer. Is it
Okay.
11 damage? Okay. He looks
Yeah.
badly injured by that.
Yeah, and it's around him, but it's like positioned so it's not touching the kids.
Sure.
That's my turn?
He is burns. Then that would have brought us to this guy. So now we're at this guy's turn. Thyxes did his threat, and with the 24 on your threat, you make these claims, or your deception rather, deception/threat. You make these claims. This cultist, and he like grins at you. This like horrible feral like grin, and he says, "My life was a cause. My blood will nurture the soil. It does not matter what happened here. All of you are doomed." He takes his own dagger. He cuts his own throat with it.
Macbeth, they're all completely crazy.
He's dead. That's their turn. He's dead. Murderbeard, it is your turn. See this mage and this moonbeam here. There's a dude like floundering in the water in the wreckage of this ship in front of this monster as well.
Why is he typing?
I don't know.
And what is happening right now?
Oh, I was saying, letting you know, I had popped my own mic cord out on that one,
Oh,
so I missed a bit.
it's your turn.
Hear anybody or talk?
Oh, it's your turn. This guy, this elven wizard is left. He's inside a moonbeam currently, and this dude is floundering, badly wounded in the water here, directly in front of this 100 foot tall monster.
I'm gonna shoot at Moonbeam McGee.
All right, roll to hit. He is engaged currently, so you can sneak attack if you hit him.
It's gonna be a 19.
More than enough. Roll damage.
$15 points of damage.
15 points. This moonbeam comes down from above, and he's like, "Ah!" Screaming as he's burned, and he turns just in time to catch a crossbow bolt in the forehead as he falls dead to the ground.
That screaming was getting real annoying.
Ray is just gonna, for his turn, he's just gonna swim. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. No, he can only go 30 because he's swimming. We can get to about here with a dash. That's his turn. Students do nothing. Nymue, you are up. Only like dude still apparently around here is this guy who's like splashing around in a pool of his own bloody creation over here in front of this monster.
Alright, I'll go finish him off and jump over!
Easy enough.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
Yeet, yeet, yeet. Natural 20. And it's my moon die. It's my moon die! Look at it!
Don't even worry about damage. Nymue leaps into the air and comes straight down. Naginata goes straight through the dude's body into the like sandy ocean floor below. He is no more. And you guys are out of combat. So, camera's here for a second.
Holy crap.
So, all goes quiet and still. The massive creature. How long does your enlarge last, Thyxes?
It lasts for 1 minute, and I will hold every single second
Sure.
of that minute.
Over the next minute, it like lumbers its way back to its original position here. And kind of like settles itself where it started. You guys have a minute of like doing stuff. Is anybody doing anything?
Rowan would get up and then run over to the kids.
Okay.
And which one got hurt? I mean, he only got 1 hit point.
He
but
got
I'll
1
just
hit
check.
point. This guy got zapped a little.
All right. I'll just be checking on them. I'm not going to heal him.
Okay.
So that's a waste of spell right now.
Yeah,
but,
they seem okay mostly.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about
apart
her.
from her.
And I don't know what to do, but I'm just surrounding them right now.
Okay.
Ray got out of the water, right?
He's like swims up out of the water. So, at the end of this minute, Thyxes' spell ends.
Thyxes would probably would slowly walk up to it in awe, just staring up at it as it slowly descends from the spell, losing concentration.
It returns to like a normal size. I mean, it's still like 20, 25, 50 feet tall. It's big. But it
Can I try to mind link with it?
Well, actually, what happens is it kind of settles into like a crouched, seated position. And from out of the trees, you see a snow white fox slinks out and settles down and sits in front of this massive creature with this shrine sitting on its back. And it stares directly at you. And after a brief couple of moments, you hear a voice, all of you. But Nymue, it is speaking to you. Daughter of the moon and stars, of the land and the sea, of the spring blossom and the winter frost. We know you. We know your passenger.
Are you our guardians?
We are the wind upon which the fallen leaf alights. We are the rush of the tide swelling and receding upon the shore. We are the eon-slow erosion of the stone. We are the gray squirrel in his tree, the red fox in her den, the beetle in the soil, the ebb and flow of life. We are this place.
You're our home. What did they want here? Why did they come for you?
For innumerable of your short generations, it has been our responsibility to guide the joining of your kind with the spirits, that the will of this world may be realized. Longer even than that, we have watched the turning of the cosmos. We have witnessed the fragility of things that to you seem still and permanent. We have seen the very night sky change. We have seen the beginning of a tale that is soon to come to an end. It is through the actions of your kind and the children of the creators that salvation or oblivion will come to pass. The last servants of this world's long-dead first martyrs yet live, hidden for millennia, thought dead and gone, like the brethren they betrayed. The heart blood of Agiria boils and surges in anticipation. Soon it will overflow and turn the land to glass. The last servants are the key, and those who have fallen today are mere puppets for a force that would use them to doom us all.
So, the Luna Warriors are the key, and people are trying to steal them to bring destruction. The massive creature tilts what you take to be its head, and the snow white fox speaks to you again.
We sense fear in you. Fear born of loss, betrayal, and uncertainty. They left you, and you do not know why. And so you deny what you are. You turn a deaf ear to the fact that you too are called, just as they were. The answers you seek are already within you. When you learn
Why
to
don't
be
I
at
hear it
peace,
like they do?
when you learn to be at peace with yourself, your path will be clear.
Purposely not looking back at Dad right now. Don't want him to look at me.
The massive stone earthen creature begins to sink back into the topography of the island. And you hear
The long, slow-growing sickness that plagues this world must be cured. If it is not, all is lost. We see the dark hand of the first evil reaching across epochs of time to influence them. Even now, new servants risen to complete the task begun so long ago.
as the shrine settles back into its original place, the fox stands and begins to walk away to the edge of the small glade. And as it goes, you hear one last calling out in your direction.
Daughter of the moon and the stars, of the land and the sea, of the spring blossom, the winter frost. We know you. We know your passenger. The answers you seek are already within you. Be at peace with yourself, and the path will be clear.
The fox blinks, skitters out of the clearing. Just a normal fox once more. And the shrine sits as quiet and as inert as it ever was.
I just wordlessly go check on the other younger ones. I just turn around and walk to check on them.
Nymue turns and she walks away from this clearing and heads over. You see indeed what Rowan had seen before. One of these young Naporians who had been on this isle to undertake their rite of passage is in fact deceased, killed by a mysterious lantern that had been wielded by the elven ambassador. And for a very long time, as all of this sort of plays out and you guys kind of collect the others, Ray is standing perfectly still and looking only in the direction of the shrine. And not really regarding much else. Till eventually he sort of seems to come to. At this point, there are other small ships all swarming towards this island from the shore. Fishing vessels, canoes, rowboats, every vessel that the various peoples of Naporia were able to scrounge together and like head out in this direction. They begin to like swarm onto the shore. The body of Kimiko, the slain young woman, is taken up and brought onto a vessel to be brought back to the island. The other students are gathered up, and Nymue, as you're kind of standing there looking over them, so overseeing them being put onto these vessels, you sense him a moment before he speaks, as he comes up at your shoulder. And your father says to you, I believe we must have a conversation. Rest now. And then come find me at the school. And he makes a motion, like one of his hands, like one of his arms sort of begins to come up. You think for a moment as if he's about to like place a hand on your shoulder. But he only moves a few inches and then draws back. He turns away and boards one of the vessels and departs back for the mainland of Naporia.
Nymue doesn't move. She probably makes a slight nod that she heard him, but makes no other acknowledgement. She's like really biting her tongue right now.
As you guys sort of catch this brief exchange, you're probably too far away to necessarily hear the words exchanged. But you see Nymue's father approach her and then depart the island. You see that some sort of an exchange takes place. But the Ignians are defeated. Most of the prospects of the Naporian rites of passage are safe. And after this strange appearance of this entity on this island that spoke to Nymue of things that seem to exist in a scope far beyond anything you had ever imagined, things begin to disperse. And with that, so too does our session for tonight end. So hey.
Compatible.
Good one. Good one.
True story.
Well, hey, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys in chat for sticking with us tonight. I know there was some bit donations. There was some sort of a hype train situation in the beginning. As always, I appreciate everybody coming out and spending a few hours with us doing a little bit of D&D goodness. Of course, to you guys, my players, thank you for coming here with me and telling this story that we're telling together.
Thank you
Matt.
for giving me chills tonight, man.
Yeah,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
That was really good.
So we will be back next Tuesday with the Fool's Errant, the other group who are currently. Our last session got a little bit cut short, but they are currently in the the Volanden city of Volrenheim, having just met sort of Brom Replux surrogate dads, I guess, as it were. And they have a few more things to do in the city before their business there is concluded. And then, of course, 2 weeks from now, we'll be back here with the Grimm's Folly crew to continue their epic adventures. So I hope that you will join us next Tuesday, same time, same place. And, of course, check out all of our other great shows here on Proficiency Bonus. Shadowrun this week, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
Friday, Shadowrun.
Friday,
Myself,
yeah.
Kristy, Michael, we'll all be there. So it should be a grand old time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be older that day.
Me too, technically, huh?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's
Many
birthday lines
babies.
up like back to back. Okay.
That's right.
There's a lot of
Me
birthdays.
and
so-
Matt and Victoria and Kristy.
Yeah. Hey yo. Okay. Well, thank you to Little Dragon Corp. Thank you to Cardboard Castle. Little Dragon Corp responsible for all of the things that beat up on Victoria tonight. As I use my Little Dragon Corp dice for that. And we will, as always, catch you next time. We love you, and we hope that you have a good week.
Ooh.
Bye.